Hi there, lovely people. Good afternoon from Dhaka, Bangladesh. This is Joy here with you. I'll be reviewing a fragrance from House of Frederic Malle, and this is one of their newer release. I have plenty to say about this, so bear with me. This one, let me start this by saying this. This is a special fragrance for me in my journey. Okay, I have quite a few fragrances that I said dream come true, or rather special. I have done multiple episodes on those. This fragrance is gonna get that, perhaps. It's gonna get a lot of mention from me. It's getting a lot of wearing, and I'll tell you the story, but let me show you what fragrance we're going to be reviewing today. It's called Synthetic Jungle. It's a 2021 release, I believe, and I think Anne Filippo, she is the perfumer behind it. Uh, Actually, I have plenty to say. I don't know where to start. Recent times, let me tell you the story, then talk about the review, the fragrance, okay? Recent time, for 1 month or so, one of our retail outlets called Sandara, or some people say Shundara. This is now this is the biggest outlet, basically one of the best outlets in Asia. They are having some sales. They are retail shop, MRPs everywhere. They're the authorized dealer for best in brands in Bangladesh, and they are like having already 4 outlets, if I'm not mistaken. So we have one near our area, and then the other 3 are like bit far from us. So I visited all of the outlets looking for good deals and trying out some niche fragrances, especially because when you get discounts, you try to buy the niche ones because they are more value. Get really good price, which you won't get usually. And they offer some excellent deals, and I couldn't resist. I went overboard. I did some crazy things, man. This month I spent more than any month in my journey, because there's so many good stuff. You wish you had all the money in the world to buy everything. So I couldn't buy everything, but I did buy some great ones. This is the best of them. Okay, I'm making that statement. This house, when I enter the outlet, I go every single PDM. I go Amouage. I go what's the other house? Memo. They have a lot of house. DS and Durga. So if you go around, you'll go kind of like confused. But in the end, I find myself going for this house again and again, because every single perfume from this house I reviewed before, I experienced before, but for small sample or just 1 or 2 fragrance for full bottle. But here they had full tester of every single perfume, so you can have full experience with the big spray. So that's the story. Okay, I'm giving you a big story. I'm sorry if you get bored, but I have to tell you how this fragrance came by and how I got it in the end. So I've been smelling a lot of perfumes. When I smell this for the first time, let's show you the presentation and talk about it. This is a beautiful presentation. You guys know Frederic Malle. Beautiful presentation they have. This is the red one. I bought the first one, was Promise, that I bought the first few days I went there. I bought the Promise. I loved that so much. I wanted to buy Portrait of a Lady, but I got the Promise because that one is just a stunner. So there you go. And then when you open this, the sleeve, they have the simplistic presentation but elegant. Really like the red on them. I think that's very attractive. That's where the bottle stays. They give you the bottle in a nice sort of a plastic packaging, which I have, but I took it out. So that's it. Like nothing much going on, nothing crazy going on. Simplistic, elegant presentation. The bottles are same for most of their fragrances. This is how the bottle looks. Synthetic Jungle. That's the cap. Okay, juice color is a bit dark. They have some mild colored juice. Some of them are a bit darker. The price range is about $250 plus, and then they go high. Nothing is cheap. Some of them are $200 if the bottle is small, and they also have miniature small bottles. Very cute. So Frederic Malle, I'm not going to claim I'm the most like knowledgeable or most expert on this house, but I sniffed all their fragrances, whatever they have in the collection, at least 15 to 25. And I can tell you one thing, this is one of the most quality niche houses that I found. I will tell you as I go. So let's continue the story. Story is, I smelled a lot of fragrance. I bought some designer, some niche. I spent a lot of money and I got a lot of fragrance. I'm very happy. Some fragrance I didn't need, I got backup bottle. And when I smelled this for the first time, I was like, wow, that's a bold opening. I'm not quite sure I understand or like it at all, because this kind of weird, it's like a green, very big green fragrance. I'm like, whoa, man, the name is interesting. Synthetic Jungle. So I'm like, I was into maybe getting Mosio or Portrait of a Lady or Master of Azure, some of these bigger names, or Iris Pudra, my favorite, or Carnal Flower. So many gems in this house. I was pretty sure I was gonna get Portrait of a Lady because the biggest one is like full body, but yeah, I exactly meant what I meant. But then this fragrance I could not stop think about. I go every day. I went like 8, 10, 12 times, and I always say this, I never bought it. I bought some other fragrance, okay? Finally, the last day I went, this was the time I didn't have enough cash on my hand. I'm almost done, I don't have any cash left in the end of the month. I still bought this, okay? And you understand when people buy it in the end, before the sales end, and then you really want it. You really have to want it to buy it, right? I'm sorry about that story. So there are the presentations there. I'm going to put this on my skin. I'm not going to waste this beautiful juice on paper because this is special. Excellent spray on all these. So let's talk about performance first of all. These fragrances, Frederic Malle, on most part, if you buy the heavier ones, this one will cost you around $350. Around their price tag is around $350. So this is on the higher side. And if you get discount, you're going to get it like around $250 price. So it's not cheap. Even if discount, it's expensive. Smaller bottle will cost you around a little bit less than $200. So you really have to buy, love this fragrance to buy it. Longevity, forget about it, okay? If you have this perfume, you're going to go nose blind to everything else you put on that day, okay? Everything else, I mean, some of the fragrances, of course, they stand out, they're strong. Some MOH like Interlude, they are very strong. Some of the other fragrances very strong. This is one of the longest lasting fragrance I ever encountered in my life, okay? Longevity is through the roofs. If you sprayed this and you left the room, it will leave the scent trail or sillage at least 3 to 4 hours. People can smell you in the room even if you left. People like someone great has been here, someone interesting has been here who has great taste in fragrance, music, life, culture, food, everything. This guy is a genuine masterpiece. The guy is a masterpiece, right? This fragrance market towards both female and male. And I will tell you, if you have no clue on this fragrance, you might think this is a perfume built for women. Like Kernel Flower, this is also a floral perfume, but there's a hint of green. So there are notes breakdown. Let me tell you notes breakdown. There's a blackcurrant and a few other notes. I don't remember all of them, so I'm reading from Fragrantica. Galbanum, basil, blackcurrant, opening. Middle notes are lily of the valley, hyacinth, jasmine, ylang ylang, and almond or amin. Base are oak moss and patchouli, but I'm not quite sure if they could use oak moss in current perfumery because oak moss I heard is banned in States. But I don't know if French perfumery, I think these are French house. I think made in France, I guess. Yeah, made in France. So perhaps in France, I don't know if it's allowed, but oak moss I heard is banned in US perfume making because of some side effects or, whatever reason. So this is a green floral perfume. And for me, I don't really, nowadays, I learned one thing in my journey. I don't define fragrances like men's fragrance, women's fragrance. It's like so feminine, I'm not going to wear it. No, I wear whatever I like wearing and I feel something, it's a bold perfume or especially long lasting and it's unique. It interests me. Whenever I wear this, the opening and dry down is a little bit different. Both are fantastic. Whenever the dry down reaches, it still projects. 5 to 6 hours of projection from this fragrance, okay? You go nose blind to it. You'll be like, oh, I'm not wearing it anymore. Perhaps 3 hours, it's gone. Someone comes after 5-6 hours, like let's say a waiter or someone else passes by. They'll be like, excuse me, what are you wearing? Your perfume is so beautiful. And I do show off a little bit. I wear 4 to 5 sprays just to make sure I'm smelling nice. You don't have to do that. You just need one spray, one. My brother, Aditya Bhai, one of our admins in the group, he's a pilot by profession. He bought this before me, 50 ml. He actually took this initially, 100 ml, and he changed his mind. He's like, this is so strong, Bhai, I don't need, Bhai means brother. I don't need the full 100 ml, I can never finish it because he has a huge collection. And then I was like, gate open for me to grab that last 100 ml, I grabbed it, okay? So happy, you can see from my face, I'm gonna talk a lot. I wanna put special love for this perfume. What a beautiful fragrance she has created, okay? Opening is very strong. It's definitely not for everybody. Most of the people, they smell it, they will be scared by it. Half of the people will be like scared away, they'll be like, this is not for my taste. Especially if you're in the game for not for a long time, this is not for you. This is not a beginner's perfume. And I'm bragging. I'm joking. I'm not bragging. This kind of fragrances, if you don't like green florals, you'll be like, nah, this doesn't do it for me. It's not as special that you are saying it to be. Yes, this is truly love it or hate it fragrance. Some people love it, some people hate it. So what does it remind me of? Some people describe this being in a jungle, exotic lifestyle, and this is the most realistic green fragrance ever, right? It gives you the vibe of safari or a jungle that I get. Exotic, It's so bold, it's like, imagine it's like a huge elephant, appears right in front of you, and then you just look at it, you're just stunned by it, and it's just, huge, it's like it has a huge presence, you know, and just standing in front of you claiming I'm the king of the jungle, not lion, but for me elephants are. This is as big as an elephant. It's that presence. It's huge. It's regal. You know, it's like that kingdom owned by this dude or a lady. Man, it just, I love smelling it on me, but mostly I love smelling it on my other brothers, you know, like who own this. So Aditya Bhai, when he wore it on his neck. We're having steak, okay, at night time. Every now and then the AC hits him. I can get a huge sillage, and then it is coming to my nose. I'm like, oh my god, you know, so good. So the blackcurrant, you'll get it, the fruitiness, you'll get it if you actually think about it. But if you're looking for blackcurrant juicy, something like Aventus, it's not that. It's a fresh perfume which works all year round. You can wear this in the colder months, it will perform the same. It doesn't need heat, it doesn't know weakness. I don't know, the formulation will change or whatever. Performance is nuclear on this. Smell for me is the best fragrance I ever smell because of the way it's just natural. It doesn't even have to put an effort. You see it. It's some people say it's similar to some other fragrance. I don't remember. Someone said in my group, but I never tried that. But this is one of a kind fragrance. One of the kind notes breakdown. The greenness, the florals. Almond I didn't get so much. It's like a beautiful floral green. At the base, perhaps there's something like oak mossy vibe. But what a modern masterpiece. This is the best fragrance for me that I tried all of them. You know, I used to love Iris Pudra a lot. This one surpassed it. Okay, even I love this more than that one, the Promise one. Okay, check that out. Right, I'm just blown away by this beauty. If you ever get a chance, please do visit Sandara in future, or if you have in your country this fragrance, they have testers. Do not be scared. You don't have to buy if you don't like, but experience these fragrances. Okay, they are truly a experience. MFK, them, by Kilian, you know, Amouage. These fragrances are to be tested and experienced. Okay, everybody has different tastes. This is my number one Frederic Malle fragrance. Big statement. Give it a try. If you see it somewhere, you might enjoy this a lot. So finally, practically speaking, who is it for? Both gender can wear it alike. I would say if you smell this on your wife, you're gonna love her forever, even if she's not a nice person. That's a joke. I'm sorry about that. Bad taste in joke. But this fragrance, you can share husband and wife. Good thing. Longevity, eternal. Projection, eternal. Compliment factors, really good. If you like compliments, this fragrance will get you that. You can wear this in high class events, anywhere. Even if you wear this one casually just for morning walk, enjoy the beauty of the morning, the dew, morning dew, freshness. Especially if you're entering a jungle or spending some holiday in the middle of a jungle, if you're doing some sort of a like camping, you have a tent, or you're living in a tree house. This is where I see this wearing, you know, you having some green tea, some nice sandwiches, you know, some nice food, and just having a nice time, relaxing away from your work, no mobile phone. Take this fragrance with you. You will enjoy it. It's worth every single penny. I usually say if a fragrance is too expensive, even if I had to pay $300, I would do it. You know, I know myself. I sometimes do crazy things. This is one of the best fragrances in my collection. That's it, period. Number one fragrance at this current moment, niche, from this house is Synthetic Jungle. Perfection 10 out of 10. Beautiful fragrance, gorgeous fragrance. Try it. Do not blind buy this. That's my only request. Synthetic Jungle, done. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Bye-bye.